In the city of Chicago, anything can happen at any given time. The innocent can get it just as well as the guilty. That's why we live by certain affirmations, such as stay dangerous. Because the minute you lack, you can become a pack. But sometimes, no matter how careful you are, you just can't dodge the negativity. This story is a perfect example. Let me start from the beginning.
Waking up at noon, wasting time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do. I'm dropping you texts now. You said you want me when it's that. Being with you, it feels right.
Grego comes from a set that calls themselves CBMG, or the Cop Block Money Gang. They located in the Inglewood area, on 70th and Walcott. They ain't GDs, BDs, Stones or nothing. They EBK. This is one of the only sets in Chicago that doesn't have any ops. They literally get money and try to stay out the way. And how it was explained to me, they mess with everybody, but they not clicked up with nobody. They started going by CBMG in 2016. Grego jumped off the porch at around the age of 14. Ironically, that's around the same time that his acting career kicked off. He played in the Chicago-based series All About Chris, and he was also in the legendary hit series, The AWOKEN. He said that acting was actually something that he knew he wanted to do since a kid. No child starts out wanting to be a gangster, but the city of Chicago has a funny way of turning dreams into nightmares. Greg's parents were in the streets, so he was exposed to a lot of street activities. According to Greg, his mom tried to keep it from him, but it was already too late. His father ended up getting locked up in the feds when he was about 10. Without proper guidance, inevitably, Grego would end up in the streets. When he got old enough, he started making moves, even though he would finish school and go to college. He still felt like he was the man of the household, so he had to bring in some bread. Greg was doing his thing in the streets for a minute, hustling, but he was smart enough to have bigger plans because he knew that the drug money didn't last forever and that eventually his reign would come to an end. His plan was to use the money that he got out the streets to fuel his acting career. Life wasn't perfect, but it wasn't the worst. Grego would continue his college courses while still hugging the block. It wasn't until July 13th, 2019, that things would take a turn for the worse. Grego's mother, Kiani, left her home and went to the gas station. When she got back on her block, she encountered her neighbor, who she knew and had had frequent conversations with. On her way to her house, the neighbor yelled her name, so she pulled over. The lady, who seemed frantic at the time, told her not to leave and to wait there. The lady then ran into her house. The lady's boyfriend then came on the porch and began to scream at Kiani, telling her to move her car and to get from in front of his house. Seconds later, the lady ran out telling her to hurry up and go. As Kiani tried to start her engine, the lady's boyfriend told her to step aside, and when she stepped aside, he began shooting. As he fired, Kiani began to feel bullets hitting her in different places. She quickly tried to lean her seat back to avoid being shot some more, but he continued to fire recklessly. Kiani said that she began to smell her skin burning and saw smoke coming out of her mouth. When the smoke cleared, Kiani Jones was hit 17 times. Miraculously, after being in a coma for 5 days and undergoing 14 surgeries and lots of physical therapy, she survived. The shooter, Tevin James, was eventually caught. Kiani Jones was shot 17 times after an argument over a parking space and survived. I cry a lot at night when the kids are sleeping, and I ask God to heal me, she said. Jones has had 14 surgeries since she was shot on July 13th. Bullets tore through her major organs and limbs. Her right arm had to be rebuilt because the bones were shattered. Every day she wears a special device. It sucks up, like the gunpowder, and any infection, any bacteria, Jones noted. The mother of 4 had parked her car near 120th and South Wallace. A man who lives on the block demanded she move her car. Before I could even put my key in the ignition, he was coming down them stairs with the gun in his hand. Then when I saw the fire sparks coming from it, I was like, oh my God, he's shooting me. He's actually shooting me, she said. Jones was able to identify the man from the block in the photo lineup. She hopes police find him soon. There's always consequences for your actions, and I want him to take responsibility for what he done to me, she said. The mother of 4 is a church evangelist at Mount Calvary Baptist Church. She said divine intervention is the reason she woke up after being in a coma for 5 days. Angels told me don't look back. So as I went to that light, it's like he brought me back to life. I was back into the world. I think God has me here for a purpose, for a reason. He wants me to let everybody and tell everybody what God has done for me so they can believe in him. He's real, she said. Chicago police said they're still looking for the man who shot Jones. Grego took the situation with his mother very hard, and he blamed himself for not being there to protect her. He also wanted revenge and went looking for the man that harmed his mother, but the man was picked up before Greg can get to him. He said during an interview that if his mother would have never survived, he would have definitely crashed out. Good thing it went the way that it did, because Greg took that negative energy and began to make a positive out of it. He took a break from all activities for a year and a half after his mother was hit. He was basically focused on her recovery and her safety. He had a talk with his dad, who told him to start back focusing on his career. Then he started building connections on the entertainment scene in Chicago and started doing comedy skits and directing his own life story. Grego is the creator of hit YouTube series Survive in Chicago. He also has done interviews with some of the hottest platforms on social media. You could also catch Grego doing skits with some of the funniest guys out of the city. He's been seen doing skits with Skinbone, Dontario Hundun, and Rico So Funny, just to name a few.
Fuck, man.
What up, gang? What's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
They killed Lil Dingaling, folks,
So that's the
man.
10th motherfucker they killed this month, shorty.
You think that shit funny?
The ops putting the belt on y'all ass, man. You might as well go get a job. But they hired that Kroger. I got the shit.
I want a fucking job, man. I want to go get slide right now on these niggas, folks.
Shorty, it's over with, man. Y'all gonna be a -2 out here, man. You need to go ahead and get this shit up. Go on, get your job. They hired that Kroger. Get this game back shit up,
I'm
man.
gonna slide right now, folks. We the last of a dying breed. You think this shit funny, folks? Let's go.
Shorty, I want to see you alive. Y'all ass gonna be out here and stink. Dumb ass.
Chicago is a beautiful city and has a lot of good to it, but it can also be an ugly city and has a bunch of hate in it. Normally in Chicago, when someone blows up or gets any type of clout, they move away from the city because they know that if it's one thing that Chicago has a lot of, it's haters. And whether they into it with you or not, they'll take you out just for a name. It's hard for people that stuck in the hood gang banging on a daily basis to congratulate success. I would imagine that was the primary reason why Grego was shot 6 times in January of this year. Grego never found out who shot him, but it definitely didn't slow him down. As of right now, he's working on music and putting together more skits and write more movies. Coming to Chicago is another good series that you can find on his channel. He goes by the name Greg Got Me Dead because he's so funny that people always tell him that he got him dead in terms of laughing. It's not every day that you get positive stories out of Chicago, but they are there. And this series will be dedicated to shed light on that positivity to show the youth that there are other ways of making it out of the trenches. This has been the first episode of The Awoken. It's your boy, SNTV. I'm out.
Your boy CBMG Grego, man. Y'all make sure y'all fuck with my boy Street Newz TV, man. He giving out all fucking facts, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to his YouTube and make sure y'all go watch Survive Chicago on Tubi right now. Go.
Waking up at noon, wasting time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do. go down. So what you doing tonight? It's everything I can't think of. Waking up anew.